Good morning, everybody. I'm going to show you how to do an Excel graph for our Lab 27 today. Here's our lab stuff folder on Schoology. Go there to find the link at the top, and you're going to have to click twice on it there. And here's your simulation. You've got 4 different gases, and you're going to make 2 graphs, and each graph will have 4 lines on it, 1 line for each gas. To get data, you just have to move the syringe over here, and it automatically collects to the right. There's our data. And so that data can be hand typed into Excel. So here's an example of what I did earlier. And to do the 1/over pressure, you can either just select graph and then select 1/over pressure, and it'll give you the 1/over pressure. You can just hand type it in, or within Excel you can type in a formula. So equals 1/B4 is what I typed here. Here's another way to do it. You just type equals 1 and then divided by, and then click on the cell you want and then hit enter. You don't have to do that again for the rest of this spreadsheet. Make sure that the cursor is a black plus sign. In the lower right hand corner, drag and let go. And then you can also take that formula, as you can see right here where it says 1/B4, and right click, copy, right click, and then make sure you FX paste it. That's your formula paste. It says, hey, there's no value here, but don't worry about that. You'll type in your pressure and volume later. It'll automatically calculate that later. You can do that here again and turn it into a plus, or actually you got to go right click. I think we're going to have to copy and paste it each time. Anyways, you've got your data. To make a graph, make sure your cursor's not on anything, and go to the Insert tab, and we're going to do an XY scatter plot, and it should be blank. And for this one, right click, select data. We're going to add a series. This first series is going to be our air, and air will be, just click on the cell, it'll be automatic. Series X values are our volume. Just highlight them. Our series Y values, you've got to get rid of that information. The equals 1's got to go away. Our Y values here are going to be just pressure. Highlight those and click OK. And then when you add the 3 other lines to this graph, you're going to do the same thing for hydrogen, oxygen, and helium. So you'll have 4 lines on this graph. When you click OK here, and then the plus sign, that's where you get to add your axes titles, and then your legend, and that looks pretty cool. Let's see. We've got to make another graph, right? So make sure your cursor's not anywhere. And, oh, by the way, this graph's not done. You've got to have 4 lines on here, 4 lines from 4 different gases. So when you do your second graph, we'll go same thing, insert, XY scatter with smooth lines, and we'll move this guy off to the right a little bit, and right click, select data, add series. This will be our air. The series X values, again, are volume. That doesn't change. And our series Y values, get rid of the equals 1. Thank you, Excel. That's weird. And this time we'll do our inverse of pressure. And click OK. And remember, you'll have to go back and add your 3 other series for hydrogen, oxygen, and helium. And my last tip is, of course, make sure you have a very descriptive title. It tells you the relationship between the variables. Make sure you have a legend. Make sure you have